You've got questions, we've got answers. Hi, I'm Kevin Eikenberry, answering the questions that new leaders ask us. Actually, it's our goal to help all leaders be more successful, productive, and confident. Today, I'm answering the question, should we meet? Are you ready? Well, let's go. Okay, people don't really say, Kevin, should we meet? What they really ask is, Kevin, how do I make my meetings better? Because our meetings stink. Like a lot of your meetings aren't all that great, right? Yeah, I know. I've seen them, right? So here's the thing. To answer the question of how to make our meetings better, we should start with the question of, should we even be meeting? Because better meetings start when we know why we're meeting and we have a clear reason for meeting. If we start there, we have a better chance of the meetings being more effective, right? See, all meetings are a tool. They're a tool for communication and decision making and collaboration and a whole bunch of things, but they're just a tool. And if we don't use the tool at the right time for the right things, we'll get bad results. One of the reasons our meetings stink. It's like any tool. Let's just say that I've got this nail that I want to get pounded, but I don't have a hammer. All I've got is a screwdriver. Now, I can use the handle of the screwdriver to get the nail in, perhaps, but it will take longer. It will be very frustrating. It might damage the screwdriver. The fact is that the right tool for the right job is what we want to do, and that's what a meeting is, just a tool. So if you want better meetings, only meet when a meeting is the best tool, when a meeting is the best way to reach the outcome. Makes sense, right? So if you want to have better meetings, you should ask the question, should we meet, which should be prefaced by two other questions. Here they are. Question number one. What do you want to achieve? You're thinking about having a meeting. The question is, what do you want to achieve? Well, you should never meet if you don't know the answer to that question. If you're going to try to figure that out in the flow of the meeting with other people there, that's a recipe for disaster. Know what you want to achieve first. And you may decide I want to meet. That's great, right? So number one, what do you want to achieve? Then number two, is a meeting the best way to achieve that? Pretty simple. See, I'm encouraging you to ask these two questions on the front end, because most of the time we say, hey, we ought to have a meeting, okay, and we start to schedule it. I'm trying to pattern interrupt you to ask these two questions first to say, oh, is a meeting the right tool in this case? What do you want to achieve? And is a meeting the best way to achieve it? Pretty straightforward, right? Here's an example. Let's say that the only reason that you're meeting is to disseminate information. Well, there's lots of ways you could disseminate information. You could send everybody a voicemail. You could record a video. You could send an email. You could go to each person and tell them. You could do lots of things. And maybe a meeting is still the best way, but I want you to do that intentionally rather than automatically, right? Should we meet? I don't know. But if you answer these other two questions, what do you want to achieve, and is a meeting the best way to achieve it, you got a better chance of knowing, okay? So hopefully this was useful. If you have a question you'd like me to answer on a future video, leave it in the comments. Let us know what you'd like me to talk about, and we'll either record it or we'll point you to one we've already recorded. Let me close with today's tweet. Before you meet, ask yourself, is a meeting the best way to achieve my goal? If not, don't schedule that meeting. Hey, I do hope that this question was helpful to you, and if it was, I hope you'll share this video with others who might have the same challenge, because we're going to keep answering these questions. We're going to keep helping new leaders grow in the transition from bud to boss, because that's why we're here. And we've got other resources for you, and you can go find those too at budtoboss.com.